Welcome to the
Dollhouse.
Yes.
Hello, Dollies, and welcome back to what episode is this? Episode 3. Episode 3. Hi, I'm here. My name is Cow Hero. You already know, your fave, and I'm here today with my co-hosts, Orchid and King.
Hi.
How y'all doing today?
Hey y'all, it's King.
I'm good. You know, very eventful morning for me today, but I'm here, ready to record a little bit later, but I'm here. You were just telling us a coffee spill. Oh, no, that wasn't today though. All right, hold on, say that was released. What I did get was a new microphone. Quality. You hear the crisp. You hear
Sensual voice.
ooh.
Ooh.
Get ready for ASMR.
Patreon exclusive.
ASMR Orchid. The amount of Oh,
Wait, what?
I shouldn't say the D word. Huh?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of another D.
And hold on. Patreon exclusive.
Patreon. But yeah, an exciting morning. Honestly, I slept. But I got coffee. I got coffee. I'm here. No, we all slept, yes. We all stayed up. I just got, you know me, Dunkin', hot coffee, cream and sugar. That's it. When I get hot coffee, it's just cream and sugar.
No flavor?
No.
Well, I love a little vanilla. I know y'all like hazelnut. I love a vanilla.
Nah, who said who love hazel? Oh, I did love hazelnut on ice. Not like regularly. But I'm a mocha gal.
Mocha's okay.
And when it's in season,
Prefer,
peppermint.
of course, yeah.
You love peppermint.
Girl, we might as well show where our Uggs on and our North Face jackets. Like,
And not North Face. I'm a Columbia girl. I get my stuff from Columbia. I'm like in Columbia. You know what? What brand? What is? I feel like now I don't look at brands
say
heavily
something to me, Rocket?
for shopping for clothes.
Damn, you can't hear me?
Oh, it was quiet.
Oh, I hear you now.
I hear you now.
Okay. I said, how are you? How was your morning?
Girl, I honestly just woke up. Because just like you, I went to sleep at 3 a.m. And then I forgot that our time zones are different. So I woke up at like 11:30 because I like had to use the bathroom, you know? And then I'm just like, oh, it's 11:30. So that means it's 12 for y'all. So I had to rush up. I had a kind of bad morning because have you guys ever ordered something like groceries or put like a list and somebody else went to get them or whatever the case may be, and you have one ingredient that's crucial to the whole meal, and they're like, "Oh, out of stock." It's so the rest of the ingredients are just there. You're just like, okay, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this because
Find a substitute.
need.
Is there like
That's what I'm
treat
trying to
you.
do. That's what
But,
I'm
like,
doing.
It's just so much better to go there and like get it yourself.
It is.
Yeah. That's why I love it. I don't know. A lot of people don't like grocery shop, like going and grocery shopping. I love it.
I don't like it because I feel like I always end up seeing other unnecessary stuff, and then I'm like, oh, I need this though, and like it just like I can't control my impulses. Like I don't know what to say.
That's why I have to create a list. If I don't create a list, I'm just grabbing whatever. Like I'll start
The
grabbing.
list, even with the list, I'm still gonna be like, ooh, I'm gonna see what
It's just, to people, it's like very de-stressing. It is nowhere near that to me. It's packed, congested. There's a lot of people. If you got a cart, it's even more maneuvering. And then it's the prices. Like, it's just, to me, grocery shopping has never been something that was like fun or like de-stressing. Like,
right.
I don't know. I
So like
rarely-
honestly, when I was a kid, I used to have fun.
Yeah.
I used to have fun back when I used to spend my mama's money, but
I used to ShopRite, you know, like they had like the coupon machine out on the aisles. You know, they just hit the coupons.
I used to love them.
I used to pull them as a kid. Like I used to keep getting them and getting them. My mom got so mad. She was like, "Why you keep doing this?"
Right, wasted. It's just a waste, but that shit was.
I'm like, it's so fun.
It's so dope. I don't know why I thought that was cool. Why? Like, what part of that is cool? What part of that?
It was so cool. I loved it.
I'm telling you, we were talking about this Cow Hero one day. We were like, you remember how little simple things used to be so much fun when we were kids. It's because the ice cream truck, right? You had an ice cream truck come by.
Yes, I got ice.
It's
Okay,
like, I remember.
yeah.
I was like, remember how when we were kids, the ice cream truck coming by used to be such an event. You used to be so excited to go out there with your quarters or your $1 and literally $1 and get ice cream, and now it's like $5.
Oh my god, how much did I tell you? Okay, so I got ice cream. Oh my god, and I was like, it was $4. Yeah, my so where I live, there's an ice cream truck that comes by like in the complex, and it's like a van. It's not Mr. Softy. I love Mr. Softy. I will die hard for Mr. Softy, but this is a different one. He comes by and, I get ice cream. The ice cream I got, by the way, Dollies, my go-to for the ice cream truck is a chocolate ice cream swirl on a cone with, I was about to say chocolate sprinkles.
My go-to is the strawberry crunch, strawberry shortcake crunch.
Yes.
That is so good.
Mine too.
And that became $4. That was $4.
$4 for your cone.
Right, it was a cone.
Yeah.
A cone.
I mean, he got to make a living, but he got to make a living. Damn.
I did eat that treat up though, but I was like $4. Damn.
It's just the convenience of it all too. Like that's really what it is. Like having an ice cream truck pull up to your right in front of your house to go get ice cream
Yeah.
after a long day, after you just said I want dessert. I'm like, damn, this is God. Like this is divine.
It's literally a message. God said God can pull through.
They said I scream, you scream.
No, for real.
For ice.
Yeah, and we were talking about the strawberry. Okay, so the strawberry shortcake. I was telling King that there's a chocolate version of it. It's like, I don't know if it's fudge, but it's like chocolate, and it has like the crunch too. That's the strawberry one.
There's also an orange one too.
Yeah, orange. Huh? Orange creamsicles are good. What?
They're delicious.
So good.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not a big fan.
Y'all been to Disney World?
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Girl, I used to work for them.
I know.
no. I honestly, I would have said no because I never been till high school. So my answer would have.
So you've been then.
I've been, yes, but it would have said no if I never went. I almost never went.
I went, I used to go as a kid, which I'm like, I know that it's more expensive now than it was back then, but it was still expensive then, and I'm still like shocked that my mom was able to scramble together money to take us. Like,
How many times
I
you
used
went?
to go often, a lot as a kid actually.
I only went to Magic Kingdom when I was.
Oh.
I don't know which ones I went to. I'm not gonna lie. The only memory I have is crying because I was scared of the characters, like the Mickey Mouse character. I was terrified of him.
I was screaming, not the mascots. They're the ones that cheer you up.
Although Baymax.
They're supposed to. You
Big
said
Mac?
Big Macs are so cute.
Not Big Mac.
Oh,
Not Big Mac.
Big Mac.
what? Who the fuck is Baymax?
You never seen the movie?
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6.
Yes.
Never seen Big Hero 6. Oh,
It's
Oh.
it's a good movie. It's a really good movie.
I've never heard of that in my life.
right.
I know. A Pixar film. Pixar.
Oh, 2014, girl. I just got out of high school. 2014.
Oh.
That's
Oh.
why I didn't see that, girl.
Oh.
Huh?
Huh?
First of all, ho, you was in high school in 2014.
You're right. I was still in high school. I didn't graduate till the next year.
Talk about some old.
Bitch, you graduated the next year. Oh my God, y'all are old. Ooh.
Oh, here we go. Here we go with this.
So this fetus.
Here we go. Graduated literally the following year.
I didn't actually.
The following year.
Now listen to how that sounds.
Old.
Following.
You're still old.
Not as old as you, Gramps.
I still got my making news.
Hold on, because ain't y'all both over 25? And I thought that being over 25 and
You're like over?
man, you were.
Well, I think it's over 30.
Oh no, hold on. Who's changing it? Who's changing it every time?
Yo, no, I agree with you, friend. I think it's over 30.
So when it hits 30, what is it going to be then? It's going to be 35?
Oh no, then it's the end.
I'll let you know if I'm still alive.
No, seriously.
Well, at this rate, I will be praying for y'all.
Oh. Take me to the kingdom.
Join the kingdom down below.
Join the... Oh my god, I forgot you were you're king, and I was like, it matches your kingdom. I'm screaming.
That's cute.
That is. What we were just I was like thinking about ice cream. The shortcake. Oh.
I was just thinking about it.
In high school, yeah, the strawberry shortcakes were the top. They were the top.
Mm-hmm.
Mad people were eating that up.
They used to be like $1.50.
They did like
You know what's crazy too? At my school, they had like a school store, right? And they used to have coffee for $1.
Stop playing. They serve coffee.
They had coffee for $1 at the school store.
Oh, you were at a
Actually, they had coffee for $1 for us too.
not mine. We had cereal, milk.
They had hot chocolate.
Well,
No, we didn't have that.
Coffee. You had to go to the coffee store. I mean, to the school store to get that. Like that's where they had like all the junk food and stuff. Like they had like candy, chips, soda, like regular stuff.
Not my school store. My school store was the
cookies. They were good as fuck. Fresh baked chocolate chip cookies, y'all.
my school store was just merch.
That's crazy.
They served merch. The cafeteria. I mean, they had cookies, but they weren't like.
Are they fresh baked?
No. You talking about like fresh hot the oven?
Yes, they used to put them in these little bags, and they used to sell them. I think they weren't $1. They were like $5. You get like 3, and they were big size ones. So you get 3, and you could like split them with friends. And so like we used to get them sometimes. They were so good. Oh my god, they were so good.
Yeah, no,
They were more underdone, which made them like kind of melt in your mouth a little bit, like just slightly, not too much.
That's the best, because then you just chug milk with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. They were so good.
Is it weird that you drink the school milk? Like I chug that. I was chugging like 2 cups.
I didn't like the regular milk. I did like the strawberry and the cookies and cream. I used to go in on those too, but I didn't like regular milk.
I was chugging that regular milk.
Never was drinking milk.
That 2% milk.
I shouldn't have been, girl.
I was, because I was
Sellers could never.
I was an athlete.
Me too, but I still was drinking it. I'm convinced that we should not drink any type of milk or milk products because I'm like, the only milk that we should ever have should have come out of our mother. Like
1%. Oh.
Listen, our bodies are not meant to digest milk.
Not, because that's for a cow's baby. It's for their babies, not for us.
I'm still checking it.
Come from our mother. Speaking of milk, this is something that like disturbed me deeply. I was thinking about it recently. Because I remember that like when my niece was like first born, like her first year, she was like still like a baby. I remember there was like a formula shortage. And I remember my sister was like a little bit stressed about it, but we ended up being okay. Like she was always able to get formula for her. But it did make me worry though about all the babies that didn't get it. I'm just like, what do they do? Like, what are these moms literally doing? Like, are they literally just having to get them regular milk and like hope for the best? Because like that is so scary. I'm like, is that not like a national emergency if we're having a shortage on formula? Like, what are the babies are supposed to eat? Like, what are they gonna eat? Like, that really scares me. Just thinking about that, I'm like, that is so scary. And then it makes you think about like babies, even today. Like, even if you don't have a shortage, like, what if people are like struggling to get like formula, like basic things that they're like the only thing that the baby can eat when they're like a newborn essentially is formula. So it's like, what are they gonna do?
And formula is not cheap.
What did they do? It's not. I know that they have a lot of they do have programs for new mothers, especially people who are poor, to help them pay for that stuff like diapers and formula, but not everybody knows how to get on that list. Not everybody knows how to sign up and stuff. And like, I don't know. I just feel like when people are pregnant, there needs to be more resources for them because I feel like there's not enough resources for pregnant mothers. I mean, granted, if you have a computer or a phone, I'm sure you could just Google stuff and figure things out. But there are a lot of people who unfortunately don't grow up understanding. Like I'm gonna just be real. I got my first cell phone when I was in middle school, just for an example. And I remember all the way into high school, like literally senior year, I had friends who still didn't have cell phones unless they had jobs and then they were able to buy it themselves. But that just goes to show that there are people whose parents don't prioritize things like that. We were poor, but my mom prioritized getting me a cell phone at 12 because she was like, well, you're, at a certain age and you're going to be, out with friends and stuff. And I just want to be able to be in contact with you for safety and stuff. But
to give you a call.
Right. But a lot of people didn't have that because a lot of people's parents, I guess, just didn't prioritize that. But these are the same people, though, whose parents didn't prioritize things like that, who would then try to make fun of me and call me poor because my mom didn't prioritize, like, name brand clothes and things like that. Like, I didn't have all the newest shoes, the newest things and stuff. And people would, like, tease me for being poor. But these are the same. But then at the same time, my mom would, like, prioritize things. Like, I would have a cell phone at 12. My friends didn't. Some of them didn't. Some of
That was so
people
big,
didn't have cell phones.
growing up. That was so big. Like, because it's like, you got the kids that come in with the name brands, that come in with like the hit, like what's hip in style, and you would get ridiculed if you have like the off-brand type.
Right.
Even though like it's like a whole different brand that you're wearing, but like they're gonna be like, oh, you're not wearing this brand or whatever. You're not.
Yeah.
They make fun of you. You don't got a phone, or you got like, I think at the time. It was like not the flip phone, but it was like the one where you flip and it has a keyboard attached.
Yeah,
that
like
type of phone. That was the hip. If it's like you don't got that, you're not it.
Was the only not Blueberry, Blackberries were they the only phones like that, or were there other phones like that?
There was other marks.
Yeah.
There were.
Yeah.
I only heard of
Yeah, like my one friend had it. Yes, there was an LG one. The chocolate.
Mine was not chocolate, but
Y'all remember? Dollies, if you remember it, you had the chocolate phones. I had a block one.
I don't know. I had new Blackberry. I had a Razor, and then I went from Razor straight to iPhone.
I had a Razor for a little bit too.
I had the one that was
a lot of
pink
flip phones
with like a
I had Razors. I had a Samsung one.
dragon with like a little dragon decal on it. It was really cute.
That's cute.
Oh.
I only had I had a Samsung Flip, and then
Phones don't have a personality nowadays. You need a phone case
They
with
don't.
personality.
It's 'cause
Apple to low-key make a flip phone.
They won't.
if they do, they're gonna charge you $3,000 for that phone.
Okay. We already paying like $1,500 for a phone on a 3-year contract.
Or what?
Just double it. They said just double.
They say just double it. Okay, you gonna pay double for that?
Got it like that.
You got it. You got it like that. First off,
Promos, I
Let-
traded my phone.
let me tell you about these iPhone upgrades. Listen, if you have the latest phone, even if it's like a generation
in that
later,
program.
I'm not.
$7 one. Oh,
I was thinking about it,
Bucks.
but the only upgrade they change is the camera.
Cowher, weren't you and I talking about we were saying we might switch to Android. Remember we were talking?
Oh no, I might. I'm looking at I want the flip.
Myself out of this conversation.
I want the same.
Why? Tell us why, Orchid. I want to know why. What's wrong with Android?
I like a simple interface, and
It's simple.
knee deep integrated into the Apple ecosystem. I think the Apple ecosystem and the Apple interface is way more simpler than Samsung.
I will say the
Android.
problem though is that Apple is very like locked in, where it's hard
It
to
is
do things that isn't specifically for Apple. Like iOS is very like
No,
specific, and there's a lot of things that like Android can do that iOS can't, just
But
because it's so locked in.
At the same time, though, I like that. You know what I mean?
Oh no,
Oh,
we
no.
got somebody bougie on our hands.
Something like the simple functionality. I don't need to be able to do all the bells and whistles on my phone. My phone is iPhone, and that's what it is.
Yeah, but now it's more than just a phone. It can do everything in the palm of your hand.
But what instance am I going to be doing everything in the palm of my hands?
You could do charts.
This is a difference between privilege.
instance is like a plane. Like, okay, cool.
You can track
But everywhere I go, I carry a laptop with me. So it's just like, why would there's no need for me to have all that. You know what I mean? All the bells and whistles. Now, what I will appreciate is a very simplified messaging interface, because that's what I do on my phone. I message a lot. or I call somebody a lot. Apple wins over Android in those specific areas too.
I'm with
My
you
defense.
on the messaging because I wish there's a better way that Apple and Android can integrate their messaging together, because having them
They're gonna be a big
separately,
step.
they did, but it's still in the process. Like, it's not perfect, but this should have already been established. I'm being so serious. They should have just been already been established with their messaging interface, because both no matter what type of phone you have, the messaging system should be the same, you know? So by having the reactions to pictures, messages, and doing the effects on the messages should apply to both. I'm so serious. Like, it should apply to both. Because
No,
both,
I agree.
Like,
you have
both.
to remember that everything is rooted in a business perspective. And
Yeah.
even when Apple was coming up, they didn't want nothing to do with Microsoft. And I still think that that's part of their model to this day.
Not Microsoft.
Nothing to do with anything, not Microsoft, but and nothing to do with anything that is not Apple.
But now they should, because Apple, Apple already, Apple has their own
The marketing, I think, is
integration.
honestly a big part of their marketing
Or
is
ecosystem.
because a lot of people like being exclusive in that way,
Mhm.
and that's a big part of the marketing.
Both of them always profit off of the age-old conversation, Apple or Android. Like, that conversation alone, I feel like draws business to both companies.
I feel like
Mm.
when people are in the Apple, though, it's very, very, very bougie. It comes off slightly elitist,
I
in my
agree.
opinion.
I don't know if you know. I don't know if you
I
noticed
would
though.
never get a Mac PC. Sorry, Cal. Here, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I was saying, I don't know if you noticed in the recent Android commercials, especially the Pixel ones, because now that Android's a Google, they want to collaborate. They want to collaborate more with Apple. So they're open to the idea of having a system that they can integrate together, because they're aware that Apple has their own ecosystem, that they're aware that they're locked in together, but they're open to help both users in a way. They're tired of doing the Apple versus Android kind of jump. Like, they'll make fun of it a bit, but they're open to collab, so to say.
I'm sorry. I thought Orchid would say something else.
No, or his Orchid's headphones died again.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Well, in the meantime, I did want to say that I did want to go back to what I was gonna say before, when I was talking about the name brand and stuff. A lot of the people though who would make fun of me for being poor and things like that, their parents didn't prioritize certain types of things. Like, what I was gonna say, for example, is my mic low?
No, I hear you.
Oh, I thought it looks like it was low. I was gonna say, their parents, I guess, prioritize. There's a thing, I forget what it's called, but there's a saying for people who will live, who will spend money in the moment, but they won't save for more important things later, and it's almost like keeping up a facade of being put together, well put together. And
I think my dad says something like that. I think my dad
daughter's like that though, because she would save up money for things. We would go on cruises, we would go on vacation and stuff every year.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the people who would make fun of me, for example, for not being for my family being poor, which doesn't make sense because I don't choose my parents. And so how do I have any say in that? But a lot of them never left the country. A lot of them didn't even leave our city. A lot of them have literally never left St. Louis. They still are there. They're gonna live and die in St. Louis. They're gonna live there their whole life. They're never gonna leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought that was just interesting because I'm well, my mom saved up money for us to leave the country, for us to leave the state at least. And we would go on vacation. We would go all around the world. I've been to Jamaica. I've been all over the place. So I don't know.
And I feel like that type, how your mom is, I feel like those type of parents are I'm gonna do better for not just for me, but also for, my kids at the time. You know what I'm saying? I want them to live the best, have the best moments, even though it's not grand or anything. It's just the small moments. And that's something that us when we're young that we remember those moments. Like we talk about them and we're like, oh yeah, we
I
went to
think
this
leaving the
event.
country is pretty grand.
It is. No, when I left for Mexico the first time, it was a big, like, I had a big culture shock, and I was just like, oh my god, like this is, so different. Like I'm so used to
The
being
motherland. That's
in
the
America.
motherland, girl.
Literally, like I was just so used to being in America, and I'm over here like this is like I was trying to figure out like how do things operate, like where's where. I was over here like where's the nearest McDonald's, like where's my soda pop, like where's my, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like doing that, but my grandma.
I had McDonald's when I was in Mexico too. I felt so bad. I was like, girl, I'm hungry. Let me get some McDonald's. I was like, I should not be, damn McDonald's.
No, my grandma was like McDonald's.
I'm like, let me go. I should have been eating something like local, but I was just like, girl, let me just grab some McDonald's so fast.
No, but I appreciate it. And my grandma owned a restaurant, so like she was cooking up them good meals. So I was like, oh my god, helping her. I was learning.
All right, okay, let's plan a trip
Spanish.
to Mexico. We're gonna visit Cow Hero's family. We're gonna eat some good food.
My grandma must be serving it up. She loves when guests come over. Like she loves it. She was asked like every time she's like, are you guys hungry? Like did y'all eat? And I remember her like, grandma, I can't eat no more. I love your food, but I can't eat no more. I'll be stuffed. I'm gonna be rolling.
I just love culture too in general. I just really, really love.
I do. I love it.
Cultures. My belief is my belief, but I still like to learn about other religions as well. I just like learning about different things like that. Because
And that's
it's
something
just,
like everyone should
about respect.
have that. You know what I'm saying? Everyone should have that. But not everybody's like that, which I hate that. I'm just like be open to learn.
It just comes down to a fear of the unknown, and I don't want to say the word because I don't want to get flagged. But you guys know what the word is when people are just
Right.
afraid of things that they don't know, they don't understand.
Into the unknown. Sorry, I had to say it.
Of course you did,
Um,
because you're. But the thing is,
Did you throw it?
I lament to say that I was having technical difficulties, y'all.
I know.
Brenna?
I'm letting the dollies know that you were,
Mhm.
you know.
oh,
But we're good now. I figured out what the issue was. So
Cue the sound. Yay!
I know, right? I haven't been disconnecting, knock on wood, but
right, knock on that wood.
what I missed.
Right, choke on that wood.
Huh?
I think,
Huh? Wait a minute.
what happened?
Wait a minute, hold on.
Carry on.
Okay, you have your 2 cents in on like what we were talking about, like with the growing up and being treated a certain way, and yeah.
Well, I didn't hear a majority of it because my headphones were disconnected, but
Essentially, I was talking about how
Yeah, simple times.
I do-
No, literally.
what I do and I don't. I do like some of the simple stuff, but some other stuff too is just like very like for me. Okay, I'll be honest. For when it comes to like parents, love them to death, right? Wouldn't be here without them. But there are things where you're like, even if you were to go back to being a kid, you're like, okay, but there are things that I don't want to have to deal with again. And then one of the biggest things is having
Bullying?
to rely on my parents for everything.
Oh.
Because for me, very unreliable, to say the least. I have, you know what it is? This is the truth. Listen, I will admit right now, I am a Virgo racist, and I'll say it on top of a rooftop. I am a Virgo racist because when I tell you that both my parents are Virgos, my brothers are Virgos, all 3, my grandparents Virgos, like I have Virgos everywhere around me growing up, and when I tell you Virgos are some of the most, I don't know. What it is about Virgos?
is the strong word, King. Oh,
No, I'm a Virgo
is
racist.
a Virgo reason?
I love Virgo racist.
More like a Virgo hater.
No, I'm a Virgo ass. Because
I can hear the viewers flagging the video as we speak.
I hate that word. But what's crazy is Virgos are very condescending, and I don't even think that they realize it half the time. But they have a tendency to be very condescending in the way that they speak, the way that they
With you.
like the way that they move. They just it's just like their expectations just don't. And sometimes it's not even like I don't even think that it's necessarily that they have like super high expectations. It's just like I don't know how to explain it. They're just very condescending for the most part, and it's very
They don't realize.
difficult. They don't exactly. That's the problem. They don't.
And then you
and
confront
so-
them about it, and they're like, huh?
But you know what's crazy? When I confronted them when I confronted the Virgos around me growing up, they were all just like, you're just being sensitive. And I will admit, I'm a Cancer, so I am sensitive. I'll admit. But that doesn't invalidate my feelings. You were still being condescending. But they're like, oh, people are just crybabies and they're too soft. And I'm just like, okay. But, and you know what's funny? It actually makes me think of Beyonce. Remember in Spaghetti? She says, too soft. When she said that part, in my mind, I just rolled my eyes because I was just like, that's such a Virgo thing to say. Because, like, that's what Virgos say. Like, they say, they'll, like, tell you that you're being too soft, too sensitive. Because they're, like, again, they're just so condescending. And Beyonce is, like, a Virgo. She's a queen Virgo, so.
Yeah, Virgos are an interesting sign.
You said you're an Aries hater?
Huh? Who said that?
Oh, no, you said Virgo.
So my Virgo, racist is what I said, specifically.
I'll keep a hater. I don't know. I'm a Virgo.
Shut up. But,
That's crazy. We're gonna have to censor that now. It's just gonna be like, shut up, beep, shut up, beep, shut up, beep.
I'm not
Johnny must is good and be don't piss off the Virgo.
For dramatic effect. Y'all, if you hear a censor, just know that she said the craziest thing. She said something so crazy that we had to censor it.
So crazy.
Who's
So
edited
crazy.
this episode, girl? Because I ain't censoring a darn thing.
Oh, so you just cussing, just to cuss.
I said darn.
No, this is
Mm.
what she did, y'all. This is what King did. King separately recorded the word hoe and then overlaid it with what she had said, so that way it didn't sound as bad. Just know, in the original uncut version, it was crazy. Let me tell you something. I love me a thing about uncut.
Huh?
What it is?
Me too, girl. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, me too.
Uncut rooted. What are you talking about?
I do love that.
What is Cowgirl talking about? Because you heard the way he said, huh? Like, he thought something crazy.
I said, what I say? I lost something that's uncut.
I didn't say anything crazy. Mm-mm.
But, I was going to say, though, my 7th house is in Aries. So, what's funny, as a Cancer, I don't know if I would necessarily get along with an Aries, but my 7th house is in Aries. So, Aries is actually, like, very compatible for me, romantically speaking, which I guess kind of makes sense. I do get bored pretty easily with people in general, especially like in a romantic sense. So I could see an Aries being like more compatible with me because they're like passionate, impulsive, they're like decisive and stuff. So that just kind of gives that high energy. My Jupiter is also in Sagittarius, which is another sign for romance. Or is it Jupiter or Venus? I think it's Jupiter. Yeah, my Jupiter.
Oh, I thought it was.
Are you sure? You know what? I'm gonna pull it up right now. Let me pull it out.
We are in Aries season.
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
Shout out. Speaking of that, my brother's birthday. Not my brother's. Not my brother. My dad. My dad's in Aries. His birthday was on Friday.
Yeah, my Jupiter is Sagittarius.
So we celebrate it.
So Jupiter is the romantic one.
Hmm.
But Sagittarius is also known for being very like adventurous and stuff like that. And so that's just another sign of me like wanting somebody who's like fun and like out there romantically. Do you know what your Jupiter is in 7th house?
Not off the top of my head.
That's crazy.
I don't-
How did you not know? These are the most important signs. Like, this is the most important stuff. It's romance. Hello? Why would y'all not know that?
Because I put my faith in God.
Well, you know, he don't put his faith in you, so.
And bathhouses. Oh, who said that?
Huh?
Wait, Cow Hero. My co-star says you and Cow Hero as roommates. I come home late. You clean up my spilled glitter, and I find passive aggressive post-its from them. That's crazy. You go write me passive aggressive post-its is crazy. Well, I'm sorry, friend. I'm sorry for.
Honestly, that's
Spilled
funny because I
glitter.
could actually see the opposite. I could see that being reversed.
That's crazy.
No, only because Cow Hero is slightly anti-confrontational, so I don't think that I could see.
Well, wouldn't you think a post-it note would be non-confrontational?
Yeah,
No,
that would be
because
non-confrontational.
I don't think so. I feel like that still has like a sense of like at some point because you, Orchid, would be like, you would see it, and then you would walk up to him and you would confront him, and then it would cause. But he would know that you would confront him, so he would avoid that because he's like, oh, I don't want to be confronted. There's not. I don't know. I don't think it's passive enough for Cow Hero. Cow Hero, you have to realize Cow Hero is, let's go ahead and bleep this word, a bit of a bitch.
Oh, so that's how this. So that's how. Okay, why? Tell me.
Because you don't confront people no matter what. You had hold on. We can keep this in the Patreon cut if you want. But do you not remember the conversation we had about your roommate at the time?
I didn't have. What are you talking about?
You did?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me about that. You told me you weren't going to.
About what? What thing?
About replenishing.
Yes, and I told you it got replenished.
You said it got replenished, but you didn't say you confronted him about it.
Girl, when I said that, it was confronted.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Look at you. You're learning and growing, because this is very unlike.
Yeah. So my 7th house is in Gemini.
Oh.
And my Jupiter is Pisces.
Oh.
It doesn't
You like
matter.
somebody who's like sensitive. You like somebody who's like sensitive, and sentimental. That's sweet. I could see.
Why?
Yeah, I could see that. For the Pisces, for the Gemini though. Ooh, so you like people that. Ooh.
Let's
Listen,
do this.
Gemini placements.
This is not sponsored by CoStar at all. I just want to make this clear. We are not sponsoring CoStar.
Oh, that's where you're checking?
Check. Yes, I am using the CoStar app, but we are not sponsoring
Gemini,
that.
her voice.
By the way, use them. It's great.
But I do enjoy
You know how-
CoStar.
You guys know those movies and shows where like they have like the angel and the devil on the shoulder talking to people? That's what Gemini see all the time. Like constantly. They constantly have that on their shoulders. Every Gemini placement. Gemini moon, rising, sun, every placement of Gemini.
It's so targeted. You hear this?
Mm-hmm.
Especially moon, because that's how they deal with emotions. So you know Orc could be sitting there like talking to himself, just looking left and right, talking to himself like all the time.
What you say? You said Jupiter?
Jupiter in 7th house.
Girl.
Anyways.
My Jupiter's in Capricorn.
One of 2 social planets. Jupiter
That's-
rules
Wait, your
idealism,
Wow, you
optimism,
thought in,
and expansion. It's also very philosophical. Your Jupiter is in Pisces, meaning you grow and find understanding through empathy, dreaminess, and compassion. It's in your 4th house, meaning you find success through your home and family.
That was so sensual.
You pissed me off.
What? No, Venus is a love sign, friend. King.
Somebody told me it was Jupiter.
Because this one...
It says Venus determines how and what
Venus in Scorpio. Venus determines how and what you love. It indicates how you express affection and the qualities you're attracted to. Your Venus is in Scorpio, meaning your romantic side is mysterious, passionate, and seductive. The intense depths of your devotion make for a mad and boundless love, though they may sometimes mutate into suspicion, jealousy, and cruelty, making your love life somewhat tumultuous. It's in your 12th house, meaning that for you, love is often expressed in privacy, secrets, and introspection.
Slutty toxic.
Y'all hear this?
You see the comment? That's crazy.
Like, I can't live.
Toxic slut is what I heard. That's
I heard that his everything is in. It's crazy.
toxic slut. That's what I heard.
So that's the title. That's the title for him, I guess.
Slut.
That's crazy.
Wait, that sounds working perfectly. Who said that?
Mine is Venus in Sagittarius.
Your rising. So since you're a Scorpio rising Cow Hero, that means that your 7th house is Taurus. Ooh.
What's wrong with Taurus?
Stubborn, very stubborn. Can be kind of boring. Taurus, I think, are pretty known to be kind of boring. You know how like people make jokes about, remember how I like teased you and saying, I told you that I wanted you to be the main character of your life as a movie, right? And not be an extra. Taurus tend to be extra. Like they tend to be the extras in the movies of their own life. Like they don't tend to like try and stand out. They can, and some of them do. But they don't always stand out. Typically, they're pretty stubborn. They don't. Yeah. So like, because my moon is in Taurus and I'm pretty stubborn, I'll admit. When it comes to emotions, like if I feel some type of way, I feel that way, and there's not much that can change it. But yeah,
Taurus.
it's pretty boring.
Tauruses.
Boring, y'all. Boring, y'all.
Tauruses in the chat, or Tauruses viewing this video right now, y'all already know what to do.
Right.
There's a like and a follow.
Make sure first that you like, subscribe, comment, but when you leave your comment, Tauruses specifically, let King know how you feel about that comment.
Oh, Virgos too. Don't forget the Virgos.
And Virgos, y'all gonna have a ball in those comments. Go ahead. Write your dissertation in there, because I know y'all got a dissertation in you. Cause y'all love to talk about others. Ooh.
Hold on. Also go ahead and let Orchid know how you feel. Also go ahead and let Orchid know how you
I'm just kidding. I let Virgo.
Also let Orchid. No, Orchid's lying on y'all. Listen, y'all know a liar when you see one. Scorpios.
This is why I said I'm the fave, y'all. Because I don't say nothing mean to no signs. I say,
Well, you
we're
also
okay.
don't say nothing.
Right. Crapicorns. You hear something?
Ooh, I think we can universally agree something about Capricorns.
That's crazy. Y'all just hating on my sign because it's the best sign. I'm sorry.
Best is a strong word.
Big Capricorn here. That's right.
Big mama. Big mama.
Who called me big?
Who said
Huh?
that? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I know, y'all. That is really
Y'all love to call me big bad. Look.
Oh, here we go. All of a sudden, we got big bags here.
You said all of a sudden big backs are here after Orchid said something? It's crazy.
Oh my god.
That's so crazy.
Mm-mm.
It says for us, Cowgirl, it says if you feel extra affection for Cowgirl, there's a good chance they are feeling the same way about you. Oh, friend, come here. Give me a hug.
Oh, you talk bad about me. Stay there.
That is crazy.
I'm saving this for my true love.
It says that Orchids date at a glance. Speak for yourself. Scorpios are so mean. Why is Scorpio
I will speak for myself.
so mean?
You know what? All this got me.
Here's our editor is on here too. You're a haunted Victorian doll, and our editor is the child who won't stop trying to play with you. That's crazy. That is like so scary.
It says me and our editor are both one bad decision away from enlightenment. I'm about to screenshot this and send it by the script.
I'm screaming.
Hold on. Where is our editor? That's what's crazy.
Oh, so me and the editor, we're top secret spies sending coded message to each other using specific plants as alphabet. Oh, you know what plants mean?
So y'all are fucking.
Oh, I just saw another picture from
That's crazy.
I saw another picture from my concert when I was sending him the screenshot, and that was so good. I was low-key sad though because 2 girls I think passed out.
Oh my god.
So we were doing an encore. Like he was in. Okay, so let me first start off by saying, y'all know I'm a fan of GOT7, and I went to see Young perform. And anyways, though at the concert towards the end, he started doing like an encore, and like 2 people passed out, and they had to get like the paramedics in there to like escort them out, like make sure they were okay. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. The thing is, when I just don't understand these like places where like these venues, they don't have like water, they're not giving out water, but they're selling alcohol. So these people are hot, they're dancing, they're jumping up and down, they're drinking alcohol, they're getting extra dehydrated. Like, why would they not be giving them water? Did you guys all send it to the editor? Because he's why he messaged me that we're annoying.
What I will say on that though, Kane, is that I think it's so important for concerts to start like offering water to people and things like that. And a lot of big concerts that I've been to, like usually there are people there who are like looking for people who look like they're about to pass out or like on the floor or anything like that to get them water. I mean, at least if like you're on floor seats and stuff like that. But honestly, nowadays, like I just feel like I'm not built for those like long-standing concerts or things like that anymore.
Girl.
I want to enjoy my show. If I'm gonna be standing for a show, like it can't be for longer than like an hour and a half.
Girl, that's how I feel. I'd be like, where are the seats? Like, I'd be wondering. I felt like I want to sit at it. That's why I love it. To be free. I want to be playing to like a dream. I'm not moving.
I love the theater. I'm like, let me just sit and enjoy my show.
Right. They need to do that. I would have probably enjoyed the show more if I had got to sit as well. Standing was not great. I'm shy too, so every time he came to my side, because I was like in the front of the stage, because I had VIP, paid like $300. You're welcome, Yugam. But every time that he would come to my side of the stage, there was a girl next to me who was taller than me, and I would hide behind her every time. There were a lot of tall people there. I was surprised by how many people were very tall.
I was like that.
I was going to wear heels, but then I was like, no, I'm going to wear flats because my dog's going to be barking if I wear heels. They were still barking, but.
And if you were standing, girl.
Standing that whole time in heels. But the thing is, so I was there from sound check until the show ended. So a lot of people around me sat down. Right. I was ready to go. And then everybody was like, encore, encore. I was like, huh? Because the crowd started to crank. And I was like, huh?
You're packing up your stuff.
I was like, I mean, if you want. And then he came back. I was like, shit, okay. Like, I'm happy because I was enjoying the show. But at the same time, I was like, when I was ready to go. Like, I was ready for us to all go home, go to bed. Like, you know, like it was a good show. But I didn't need that. But I was happy. I was happy with the encore. I was unfortunate about the two girls, though. But they were okay. He let us know that his staff checked on them and gave him, like, the okay that they were okay once they got, like, I guess, off to the side. So I'm glad they were okay. Yeah. But girl, whew, I felt bad for him too because he's Korean and like, I don't know. I just feel like going to like a foreign country and then something like that happening is just like not great. Like I felt that would just be like very like traumatizing for him. He's probably used to it though. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate as it is. He is probably used to it at this point because it's his first tour.
It was Glorilla who was doing a tour and she ended the concert because there was like a lot of commotion going on in the audience or something like that. Like,
oh, that was recent, right?
Right. Were they fighting?
Yes. It was in Atlanta.
Yes.
No.
And so she canceled the whole concert. She was like, I can't do this, y'all. Like this concert has to end. Like this is too much. Like I'm worried for y'all's safety.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, y'all. Like, if y'all at a concert, like, come on.
But listen, I want to say something, actually. I want to say something about the fighting thing because this is crazy to me. So, you know, GOT7 is a K-pop group, right? And as far as I know, out of all the K-pop groups that I know, especially the top ones, because they're like a top group, they don't really have like a super problematic fan base. Like, I don't see, like, if people say something negative about the members, I don't really see fans going on there and like going crazy. Like, they're not toxic like that, which is one of the things I like about the fan base. But for some reason, apparently it's a thing where there's always a physical fight at a GOT7 concert. And I never knew that. I was like, what? What would there be a fight for? And I saw a video on TikTok of these two. It wasn't I thought it was like, because their fans are mostly girls. It's K-pop. A K-pop boy group, I should say. Mostly girls. Fans. But I thought that because it was girls, that it would be like, if they said like a physical fight, it'd be like two girls push each other or like grab each other's hair and then, you know, get separated. They were throwing bombs. Like, these girls were straight up punching each other in the face. It was crazy. I was like, oh my God. I was not expecting it. I saw the video of somebody's like, and they were literally captioning it, like, wouldn't be a GOT7 concert if there wasn't a fight. And I was just like, huh? That's what I learned. I was like, this is the thing? Like, this is a common thing? I'm like, why? Why would such a calm, like, fan base be fighting like that? They were up, but they were, like, up close to the stage, too. So, like, the guys would have possibly seen this. And they probably did at some point.
All I'm saying is that if I was in that concert in Atlanta and I paid good money to go see Glorilla and these people over here started fighting, I would have been like, my crew, turn around. We're jumping them. Let's go. And we're jumping the bitches that we're fighting. Because what do you mean? She's canceling the whole concert for everybody because y'all want to fight? I'm going to show y'all a fight now since there's no concert. Like, if y'all want to get it, and for legal purposes, I'm completely joking. Completely joking.
Right.
Totally. This is completely a joke. But what do you mean Glorilla's going to cancel the concert like that? Like, either I'm getting my money back or justice needs to be served.
I remember when I went to see, I could see how if I could start, because I was going to say, I remember when I went to see Beyonce during the Mrs. Carter tour. Ooh, that was a long time ago. There was this guy who was, because we had 4 seats. Because she wasn't like the Beyonce that she is today. Like, it's her ticket, the tickets were reasonable. We were 4 seats, like it was easy in and out, like everything was pause. But we didn't really have like a lot of issues as far as like later on with Renaissance, for example. But there were still people who were like trying to push their way to the front when they like were in the back. And I remember like people, this like us almost having to get security to get a man kicked out because this guy kept trying to push his way to the front of the concert, like of the floor seats, like to get closer to the stage. And he kept trying, but he was like slowly trying to push his way up. And people were just like, what are you doing? What are you pushing us for? And it became a whole thing. And I remember just being like so embarrassed because I don't want to have a fight. Like, I get embarrassed easily when people like make a scene. Like, that's something I don't really like. It's like, to me, not in a negative way. Like, if it were something positive, sure, no problem. Like, I wouldn't mind getting up on stage, singing, dancing, whatever. But if it's negative, like somebody's like fighting or arguing or like getting into something, I'm just like, I really don't want to be a part of no negative bullshit. Like, get me out. Like, get me out. That's my Libra rising coming in, because I'm just like, girl, where's the like harmony? Where's the fun? Like, but oh, by the way, I do share my rising sign with both Britney Spears and Beyonce, so I don't know what that means, but you know, queen shit, I guess. But yeah, I remember that. So I could see them getting into a fight over something like that. Like, maybe it was 4 seats and people were pushing and they were like, get out of my way. Like, you know, because it's like, if when people get there to concerts early, as for my concert that I went to see Yugim, there was a girl who was there since 5 a.m. in the concert. So the doors opened at 7 p.m. Concert started at 8. I got there at about 5 because that's when like VIP was let in. It was like around 4 or something. I didn't want to take pictures, so I purposely got there too late for the pictures because I didn't want to have to stand somewhere and then they'd be like, oh, it's your turn to take a picture. And then I'm like, no, thank you. And then it's like awkward. So I was just like, let me just get there a little bit late. Maybe they'll be done with pictures and he'll start sound check. I was right. But there was a girl there since 5 a.m. And I'm like, I hope that she at least wasn't VIP. Because that means that I don't know, just being in, I don't know, I don't know. That's just a long time to be there. And I had work, so I couldn't do. Oh, I went to see another guy, so I remember Mark. This is like 2 years ago, I think. I think it was 2 years ago, maybe. Anyways, but I went to see him as well because he came to Dallas, and there was a girl who this is why I kind of do believe the fight thing, because a girl tried to start a fight with me and some other girls because the venue was disorganized. So they let us go in front, even though we got there late. They let us go into the front of the line by accident because they told us to just go to the door. And we're like, okay, so we stood outside the door by security. And then we found out later that we weren't supposed to go to the door. We were supposed to get to that long line that was outside. But we didn't know that because we were VIP. We also paid for like Fast Pass and stuff like that. So we thought that we were supposed to be up front. Anyways, long story short, this girl got mad at us and tried to start like a fight over it because she wanted us to go to the back of the line because she had been there since 7 a.m. And I got so mad when she told me that I almost wanted to snatch that bitch by her hair. And be like, what do you mean 7 a.m., girl? I had to work this morning. Like, I literally had to work, and then as soon as I got off work, I had to rush to get ready for the concert. Oh. Like, I didn't have the privilege of being there since 7 a.m. because I had to work. And she was kind of young, so chances are she probably didn't have work, and that's probably why she was there since 7 a.m. because she was probably, like, in school. She took off school or something, or whatever. Or maybe she just had rich parents. I don't know. But regardless, like, I was like, I had to work, girl. So I couldn't have been here since 7 a.m., even if I wanted to, because I had work. That's just something that bothers me because I'm like, I understand that some people can want to be there super early because they want to be the first. They want to be at the front of the stage, blah, blah, blah. It's not that deep for me. Like, we're all seeing the same show. Like, I don't need him to sweat on me. I don't need them to see me and to give me the mic or hand me the mic for me to say. I don't need any of that. Like, I don't, like, it would be cute, cool. I don't need it, though. Like, I'm just there to enjoy the show. But yeah, that made me mad. So I can see why people could get into a fight at a GOT7 concert, because if I were at a concert and somebody says some shit like that to me and they just got me in the wrong mood, I could see myself cursing them out and getting into a physical altercation, because I'm just like, girl, shut the fuck up. At this point, I don't care how early. Because, but I have to work. Work, is everything okay?
Yeah, we're there for a good time.
Right.
Good show, good vibes, and I don't know. Let's just not start fights at concerts, y'all. Unless, like, you know, somebody want to beat them up. But yeah, I feel like this is a great, a great ending, an open discussion to everything. Because it's like, what's the word? Sorry, I'm like trying to think of the word. I'm always like delayed on these words. What to do in that situation? It's such a unique situation to just like be in the middle of someone fighting and someone like stopping the concert.
First and foremost, people need to immediately, when you walk into a venue like that, identify your exit. I cannot advocate enough for that, because even in concert venues where, God forbid, an emergency like that happens, the last thing that you want to do is freeze. You like, first off. Second off, when you're stuck in those situations like that, I'm more so talking about concert safety, not specifically this situation. Then, well, that's what I was really going to say. Just identify your exit. But also be safe. Like, keep your wits about you,
Yeah.
And if the concert, I don't know what ended up happening with that Glorilla concert, but I wonder if, like, they got their money back or something. Probably not. I don't know.
I don't know, because she still performed. But she did have to stop.
And I don't know if they, like, singled out the people who were fighting.
That is a really good question. Let me see if I can find a conclusion to it. Concert. I was just saying, like, get ready for the concert. Oh, there we go. It's
I hope it, like, in timing of, like, editing and release, like, this is timely. But I just want to make an announcement and say that movie, Death of a Unicorn, was not good. Okay, I need to get that off my chest. It was not that good, in my opinion. Do I think that the actors did a job? Yeah, they did their job. I think that they acted. But I did not enjoy that movie.
One thing I want to say about acting, though, a lot, like, what you see on TV, like movies and shows, that people like to, like, talk about, like, an actor and actress not being very good. But the truth, at the end of the day, that comes down to the director, because the director is the one who says, okay, cut, we're going to keep that in. Like, they're the ones
Definitely.
who could be like, wait, no, do that again. That wasn't very good. Do that again. Do that again. Like, so what you see at the end of the day is what the director chose. So if you don't like what you see,
no, like, I'm not discounting
it. The director.
Sorry,
I wasn't saying that to you, friend. I'm sorry. I was saying in general.
No.
I wasn't saying that to you.
Like, Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega, they're great actors. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like, something was missing from their portrayal of their characters. I don't know what it is. I think I need more time to digest it. But something was, like, it was really something big missing from this. I thought, just like, this is kind of a spoiler warning, but I thought, like, for those who don't know, the premise of the movie is basically just like this father and this daughter run over a unicorn. And like the daughter touches the unicorn's horn and sees like basically the Big Bang and like the creation of the world and God. And she's like, what the actual hell? And they discover that the blood of the unicorn. Hold on one second. Technical difficulties. They discovered that the blood of the unicorn like heals them, And I thought that they were like, when the rich people, because they were going to like a rich people's house and da 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 da. When the rich people like found out, I thought they were gonna go like full on nuclear. Like I thought they were gonna go worldwide with it, but it remained within like the confines of the home, and I don't like that. I really didn't like that, and it just, I don't know. It was missing something. Yeah.
They were, I think it was just like they were trying to keep it for themselves type of thing.
Yeah.
And then like exploit it little by little in their business, you know?
Well, they had talked about at one point in the movie they were gonna do like a like basically like a soiree or like a party type of thing and sell the product, and that's why they were all on the phone while she was trying to explain the whole entire thing. So that's what I thought was going to be the climax of the movie for the longest time. I'm like, okay, when is this party going to happen? When is this party going to happen? And when the party happens, like what I would have almost like is like they had the party and then the unicorn resurrected itself, like the kind of lore that they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put the unicorn on display at the function, like in that, like in the tapestry that she had discovered or whatever. So then when the lights went out and the whole entire shit happened with the other unicorns, like it felt a lot more like grand. You know what I mean? And the CGI and the way that people got hurt, no comment.
The gore was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But King, I know you were talking about the Final Destination movie too.
Oh, I'm excited. Is everyone excited for that? I'm excited.
I want to see the new Conjuring too. I can't wait for these movies to come out. Like I said, I think they'll come out close to the Halloween.
Trailer for that one.
I only saw like the like I think the promotional like picture for it. And it had the woman who plays Lorraine on there. I forget her name. And that's all I saw. I did hear some production facts, which was like they were gonna pay some type of like homage to the first Exorcist movie, which I'm like, ooh, that movie. You guys don't realize, like we were not. I don't think any of us were born at the time, if I'm correct. But the movie, when that movie came out, it was a huge fucking deal. Like that movie had people running out of the theaters when it came out. Like people were literally running out of the theaters at the time. I feel like watching it now, it's like not that scary, but at the time, that was like the scariest it could be. Like we've upgraded, to say the least, on like the way that we can do jump scares and things like that. But at the time, that was the scariest a movie had ever been, and people were running, like literally sprinting out of the theater when that movie came out. So
I wish there were movies like that would make me feel that way. But then at the same time, I don't know if like I would feel like if I was in an instance like that I ran out of a theater because I was so scared. Like would I feel like, damn, that shit was a waste of my money because I couldn't even stay and watch it? Or like, I don't know. Because like sometimes like y'all know I'm a little bit skittish when it comes to scary things. A little like, well, you know, I'm getting better. Me playing Repo is a big accomplishment.
girl, that game was not scary.
That game is scary. You get shot in the face.
We play Hello Kitty
And that giant
adventure
face creature thing. Ed.
That is not scary. Listen, the Repo episodes will be out soon. Join the kingdom to watch.
I was screaming.
But you have gotten better, I think. I'm still waiting for you to put on your Oculus and play Phasmophobia with us. I'm waiting to get to that point. Then I'm gonna for sure be like, yeah, my friend is truly brave.
In due time.
Crazy.
In
Right.
time.
The crickets. That's crazy.
In due time.
One step at a time.
Right. They
I do want to say something right fast because I'm looking at so I like the YouTuber Aphrodite, and I'm looking at one of his members only I was gonna say membership, one of his members only videos, and there's one that says my fiance of 9 years broke up with me. Is that not a long time to be engaged?
How long?
9 years.
That's way too long to be engaged.
Wait, right?
After year 3,
What's the cutover
it
time?
would be like, after year 3 or 4? Honestly, for me, my personal one, if we're engaged longer than 2 years, something is wrong.
Right. I agree with that 100%. For me, though, I would say I would probably expect. So for me, I feel like me and my partner would already be talking. If we're going to get engaged at all, we would have already probably discussed our marriage plans and goals and family goals and stuff at that point. So we would already kind of have an idea of like the best time for it. And so the engagement wouldn't necessarily be like a surprise, I don't think. Because if you're with me, you know I don't really like surprises like that. I like to plan things out. So we would probably already have a plan like, oh, let's get married next summer. Something like that. And so then we would get engaged in that moment. And then at some point we would, go and get the rings could be a surprise, a nice surprise because you don't know when you're going to get it. But the actual engagement itself would be more like we're probably already discussed it and we decided to like go ahead and get married next summer. So I would probably honestly say a year. If it's over a year, at that point, I would be like, what's going on? Because if that happens, then I'm assuming that it was delayed for some reason. I'm going to be like, okay, it got delayed for about a year, but if it's going to get delayed for a second year, we're going to have to figure something else out because I can't do that.
I would say to me 2 years, 2 years max, unless like we plan on wanting to, get a house, like something that comes in and we're like, okay, let's save like extra cash.
I kind of want to watch this video because I'm curious why what happened. How were you engaged for 9 years, 1, and then 2, she said that her fiance broke up with her. So I'm like, damn, you were 9 years and then they broke up with you? It's crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, girl, I would have questioned it during the 3rd year. But like, what's going on?
I mean, some people, this is the thing, and this is the thing about dating, is like modern dating, I would say. I feel like a lot of people, especially women, this is just me talk. I'm going to go to like a male-female relationship for a moment. A lot of times I feel like women are, you know what they call it like a shut up ring, where when a person is like constantly like, when are we going to get married? And so they finally get a ring. It's like the shut up ring is what they call it. I think that a lot of women are desperate for a shut up ring because they want to be married so badly because people put such a like standard on marriage, especially people who are, to be fair, quite honest, people who are not white, especially I think in our communities, the like non-white communities, specifically I would say like Black and like Latina, we have a tendency to be single mothers more than the other communities. And so we, out of fear of that happening to us, a lot of times we will, when we get into a relationship and we think that we could possibly be married, where we tend to be like, give me that shut up ring. And it's unfortunate. But I think that that's a situation where people end up settling a lot because they're like, because being engaged for 9 years sounds to me like this person held you as a placement, like a placeholder, until they found somebody that they really wanted, because you would probably be easier for them to hold on to. And I'm not saying this about her, but just in general, a lot of times still happen where people will date, like men will date placeholder women. And it could go both ways, but in general, it does, I think, tend to be men doing it more, where they'll date like a placeholder woman because they're like, well, you were easy for me to be with. It didn't take a lot for us to get together. Like I didn't have to impress you a lot. I didn't have to do much. And you're just there. And so I'll go ahead and stay with you. And then sometimes after a while, they might give you a shut up ring just because they're so like used to you and stuff. And they don't really want to date again. Like, oh, it would be a hassle to date again. So I guess I'll give her a ring so she'll stop bugging me about it, And unfortunately, a lot of women end up in those situations. And like I said, I think it's especially more in our communities, unfortunately. And that's just what I'm just saying off the top of my head. That's what it sounds like to me. It's like this is like a shut up ring situation, and somebody was used as a placeholder, and then eventually, I guess, the person probably found the person that they actually wanted. Eventually, and they were like, "Oh, I finally got the person I actually want," and so they left their placeholder. It's really sad and unfortunate, but I think that's what happens a lot.
I do agree.
Yeah. Cowhero?
Yeah. I don't know, like, I guess so. I mean, so many people they want to get married, and that's how I think I believe this is why people just don't get married seriously. They just get married just because they want. It's the want more than
the love isn't there. Like they're not like actually in love. They're like in love with the idea of love, and so like, oh, I want to get married. And so
yes, that's how we feel about today. About today's like type deal.
Modern dating. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I like to be courted. Is what I would like to say.
Yes. I agree. I think a lot of people also buy into the potential of the love, not just the idea of it, but like the potential that that person has in becoming that.
Yeah.
But, you know, the funny thing about people is that they take a long, or not a long time, but some people take time to show how their true colors are. Or for some people, it takes, like, for example, getting married and stuff like that without living together and things like that. No judgment on people who have done that before, but for me, it's not for me because people are different when they live in in-person environment. And those are things that I need to know before you're going to put a ring on my finger and before you start calling me your fiance.
There's a thing too where people will say, you don't know a person till you've seen them when they have when they've hit like setbacks and things like that. Because like people are, if you see somebody when they're always on go mode or when they're always happy, you don't know how they're going to be when something doesn't go their way or when they don't get their way or when something bad happens and they have to deal with it. You have to see that because you don't know if they're going to become volatile or what's going to happen.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Before you click off of this video, make sure that you drop a like, that you subscribe, that you follow us on Patreon if you're willing to support. And also let us know what you want to hear in the next episode. We appreciate y'all for listening and thank y'all so much.
Hey y'all, it's your girl King. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. Don't forget to join the Dollhouse by subscribing to our YouTube and following us on socials. If you want to support us and help upgrade our setup, check out our Patreon for weekly Q&As, polls, early access, and unedited episodes. We'd love to have you. Oh, and Orchid was late today, so drop a comment down below with what you think his punishment should be. And while you're at it, let us know what the next latecomer should face. Love you, Dollies. Bye.